One of the most scenic routes there is in the state, or 40 miles by way of lines. This is the reverse of what the Tiger Riders did the first day. The map tells all about it. You can do what you want to. Breakfast in the morning is from 7 till 8:30 down here. Penny's party has been changed to the 23rd.
Of July.
A large number of people are going to be gone on the 30th. Everything is the same except the date. It's not too late to get your order in for the video that Paul will be putting together. That is strictly raw footage that you're seeing there. It will be edited, music added, things of that sort. It's $29.04. You can either pay him or just tell him you wanted to send him a check. I want to introduce our party director, Eva Jo Pence. There she is right there. She's the one responsible for the party tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce our own version of the Chief of Police from Walden, Ron Hitchcock.
I have to turn this light on. I don't see how Jim does it. He's about 2 years older than me, and I can't see in the dark here. We've had an exciting week from the beginning of Saturday before the event with the municipal marriage. Yeah, we begin at church, and that's where we all need to end up. But from the wedding of Maurice and Kim to a very somber moment of memorial stones for Jerry Off in the distant mountains at the top this afternoon. And we even had a birth this week.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Art. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. We took a list of people and was going down it and tried to decide who is the individual. We came up with 56 names. We have suspended the Bob Colin Award. I don't know that they're here, but there are 9 OBS Club presidents, past, future, or present on this grand tour. That's 1/3 out of all the OBS presidents since the history of the club 25 years ago. I'd like to tell you who these people are, not necessarily in order, but I have Charles Gray, Alan Turner, Ingrid Matthews, Charlie Potts, David Butchinger, Martin Walker, Sue Canali, Alan Purcell, and Vice President-elect Ron Hitchcock. Are these 9 people here? Are they stand up? Stand up, you 9 people. Made the OBS such a great bicycling organization because of the leadership that these people have afforded us over the years. Before I introduce my first guest, I want to tell you that we're going to do a couple of things tonight. We're going to have some recognition awards, and we're also going to have some special recognition awards. And I wanted to tell you that one of these awards was called the Bob Colin Award. Bob's not here tonight, and it's a rumor, and it's only a rumor, that he called Jim a few days before this event was to begin and said that he had to back out. And it's only a rumor, but there was somebody on this grand tour that he didn't personally like. That's a rumor. And so what we did, I, Master of Ceremonies, and a couple of my cohorts here, the Morals Director and the A-Morals Director, we took a list of people and was going down it and tried to decide who is the individual. We came up with 56 names. We have suspended the Bob Colin Award this evening. But before I introduce our Morals Director to you, I got to tell you that when this organization began many years ago and the Grand Tour was organized, there was so much debauchery, licentiousness, evil KY jelly, and just badass experiences that the organization said, we need a morals director. Well, we have a morals director here this evening, and it had to be a virtuous person, because she's going to be the morals director. And I looked out among all of you, and I could only find a couple. And Sue Canale is going to tell you a little bit of the brief history of the OBS Grand Tour and the morals director.
Well, this is not your fault that I was virtuous enough, because all I get to do is tell you the history. I don't get to be the morals director. But the morals director has been a member of the board, somewhat secretly, but nonetheless a member of the board of the OBS for quite some time. Now, you might wonder why that would be. I mean, after all, this is a very, very moral group. Over a fourth of this group are lawyers, and how else can you possibly But at any rate, apparently, and of course I wasn't there, but I understand a lot of you probably were there. I've heard stories over time that when the OBS Grand Tours began, which was in the 70s, it was not nearly as elaborate or well-produced Grand Tour as Jim has put on. It was on a much smaller scale, and we might say a more intimate scale, because everybody sort of roomed together. Men, women, dogs, it didn't matter. Everybody was just sort of put together in order to save money and resources. This group, I mean, I see there's a whole lot of liquor left over there. It's a very quiet, sort of mundane group, but I understand that wasn't true either. That the sag wagon, if there was one, carried vodka and bleach bottles, and generally had to refill them almost every night. But those things were pretty much okay. It was when it was noticed on one tour that members kept seeming to need ice consistently, and that the ice machine was located just past one of the more statuesque female members of the tour, and that she was inclined not to pull her drapes when she then it became evident that it was really necessary for a morals director. Now, once this was sort of identified, then people began to look around. Most usually Gene Reynolds, who has been the morals director for years and has done a marvelous job, began to notice that almost every evening there would be a session of seat adjustment for the female members of the tour. And that the only way that these seats could be adjusted properly was for the female member to be sitting on the seat while the male member adjusted it from underneath. This is definitely one of those things that you just can't do. And we have, over time, and having the morals director to report at the last meeting every time, done away with a lot of that. But unfortunately, what's really happened is that these perpetrators have become much more scheming and sly. And instead of just being seat adjustment, funneling under the guise of seat adjustment, we now have a new thing called helping weaker people up the mountain. It was noticed that you could actually double team this action. Coleman and Levi Wade were seen just yesterday helping Barbara Ross up, one on each side. We can't do this. I mean, honestly, and there are lots of other things that go on, and lots of questions that need to be resolved. Like, for instance, Charlie, how come you travel with KY jelly?
Morals director? I thought you said the amoral director. Hello, I just rode in, and boy, is my butt sore. go to the bar. You know, you can just carry this right on your back. If I'd have a little vodka in there, that'd be very nice. Well, Sue, I understand you hold yourself out to be quite a moral human being. Isn't that correct? Well, I have an incident on the morals director herself. On the way out to Colorado, Ms. Rhonda Zinker and myself stopped with Sue Canale at one of the roadside stops. When we returned to the car, we were about to pull away from the stop when Sue shouted, "Oh my gosh, we thought she'd had an accident in the car and hadn't gotten in the ladies' room." We came to find out that was not the case. Miss Sue Canale had shoplifted. She was repentant, however, after Rhonda and I spoke with her. She returned it. Now, this is not exactly the one that she picked up because it was sad, the one she picked up. It was Hollywood stars and their pets. I tried. We tried to find that copy. We could find none. They've all been destroyed. So, Sue, we do present you, though, with who are Hollywood's best loved stars. We've taken a collection here. Please don't do it again. All right? Well, let's get down to business. Okay. We've been watching. You probably didn't know that. We've had several incidents, and it's really very shocking because you've heard the history of this position. Well, you may not know it, but I was given a choice. Either the amoral director position or Congress. I'm
And you did the right thing, too.
I am happy to say I chose this position and allowed Mr. Ernest Istook to go on to Congress. Well, Mr. Ernest Istook called me. He said he was very disappointed about this. And I said, well, Ernest, maybe next year. So, let's begin to
He's got more
purge.
material to work with.
Let us begin our purge in hopes that next year's group will have more decorum. Well, let's see. Some riders attempt to find new and secret ways to confuse their fellow riders. We found this to be especially the case with Mike the Boz Walker, bringing new meaning to the term helmet head. It was reported that Mike, each day, lost every one of his maps and attempted to filch other maps under the guise of looking for sugar at the breakfast table, trying to get another cup of coffee. Well, for you, Mike, where are you? Where are you, Boz? How's that growth doing there? Yeah. We've got a handy compass watch for you to take on your next bicycle ride.
Rope around the neck.
Now, it was also reported that one Gloria Off took to putting her feet up and preparing for dinner as Michael hauled her little tush up a hill at 37 miles per hour. Poor Gloria, and where is she? Where is that little darling? We have a new nail polish and lipstick. Did you just jump in? Well, it is also a shame that some people do not adequately prepare for these journeys. It was reported that one Steve Rollins was seen getting off of his bicycle on the first day of this tour. Well, I think it's just pitiful, and for Mr. Rollins, we found homegrown mountains. Your own training ground, these genuine Rocky Mountain seeds are guaranteed to grow real mountains. So, Mr. Rollins, where are you? We've got your training ground. And better luck next year. Well, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Steve Wade was seen badgering a black bear on Snowy Range Pass. So, Steve, in the future, we hope you will leave these very helpless creatures alone whenever you see them in the wilderness. And to help you along this way, we found a very special item for you, and also for Levi, who apparently missed the bear sighting. These are bears in the woods. This is an Italian pasta, little bear's head with trees, and it's under the Look for the Bear label. Yes, these things cannot continue in the next years. It's getting worse and worse. The depravity here is shocking. Well, the Memorials Director does occasionally note incidents of good. We recognize tonight 3 great friends who stuck together from peak to peak, although one went home early. Our friends from Norman, Carla Wall, Cindy Overstay, and Gina McCook. We have 3 awards for them, and they're simply small, little tiny awards. We may not be able to even find the awards. They are so very small. In fact, they have absolutely disappeared. Oh, here we are, our small awards right there on top where they should be. Is Ms. Wall here? Yes, well, we have, well, I'm sorry, you're not going to get first place because we're going to give that to Gina. Gina was the little car you saw driving around, just following, though, Carla and Cindy. Well, we will give, this is for Gina, if you'll take that to her. We will present you with the 2nd prize. And Miss Overstay, are you hiding out there? And I'm sorry, the 3rd place prize. If you see for the
As I said, the amoral person, a woman, and I, we're going to do 2 things. This is kind of like the Grammy
After
Awards.
today, I'm not sure either.
Recognition awards and special awards. So I have some recognition awards as well as special awards, but I want to share with you. The first award is called the Slick Willie Award. This goes to that individual that caught up with me about 4 days ago as I was in anaerobic threshold, going up a mountain, and he rolled up beside me and said, "Ron, would you consider being the MC for this meeting tonight?" and then he moved right on up the mountaintop, and then when I came back that night, everybody said, hey, Ron, that's good news. You're going to be like, Slick Willie goes to Alan Frizzell. We got a lot of slick people in this audience. I'm telling you, we have so many attorneys that are like flies. Everywhere you look, there they are. You can't get away from them. We got a special award for these people. I don't know why it is, but we're going to call these people, this award, the Dewey, Cheatham, and Howell Award that we have here. But you know, we have another group of people that are awfully slick also. They don't have noodles for brains, and these are our doctors, and we have an award for them, and it's called the Doctor Who Award. Because I know we have 3 of these medical practitioners in this audience, but where in the world were they all week? I tell you, Dr. Zoomwall left at 5:30 every morning. He knows about these attorneys and liability suits. And he would boogie on down the road before the rest of us ever had breakfast. And then there's Dr. Gina. Where's Dr. Gina? And Bob. Let me tell you what, I never saw them but 3 times all week. And you know what? They were always coming out from behind a bush. No need Dr. Kent Thomas, I saw him every morning for breakfast, and that was it, and I've never seen him another time all week. The interesting thing about all 3 of these doctors, not a one of them rode with anybody. They were always isolated riding by themselves. The Doctor Who Award. I also have a Twins Award. You might not believe this, but we have some twins in this group. These people are a Sicilian abstraction. And I'm talking about Joe, DeMonico, and Steve Lorenz. They're twins. They don't look like they're twins. Anthropological phylogeny. They have a relationship to one another. And you know, if you've ever stopped to really look at them carefully, they look like one another, like Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. They look alike. But you know what?
Come on up, both of you. Let's see the twins. Yes.
guy's awesome. I mean, awesome. When he moved in with 2 new roommates back in Walden, I believe, he said, look, guys, there are 2 things you got to know about me. I jog every morning at 4 a.m., 6.5 miles. And I sleep in the nude every night. You know what? The next morning at 4 a.m. in Walden, I was in this trailer house and I heard this noise. I looked out and I saw a great big tall naked guy. This guy is awesome. He gets the Awesome Award.
I did read a report in the newspaper today that yesterday the remains of Jimmy Hoffa had finally been located in Alan DeBoer's luggage. We have one participant who created a new grand tour during this tour, a grand tour within a tour, if you will. Bob Gardner has combined his biking and scuba talents on the way to Laramie. For this, we award him a medal for scuba biking. Next up, mountain biking the Marianas Trench. And a scuba award, please wear it proudly. This was one of those days where Bob and Gina disappeared for hours in a rainstorm of gigantic proportions. Came into the hotel perfectly dry. Well, another good service award I have is given to Desiree Eat My Spray Mosley. Along with her grand tour jacket, headed and hoofed a wild stallion on one of her short 130-mile rides. Step forward, we have a small, again, a very small award for you. And is that a banana in your pocket? You just haven't seen it. No, all right. Where is Desiree? Oh, you won't get away with it.
Oh, yeah, come on up.
Come on down.
Listen, this is while Desiree is
I
standing
bet you wish you had
here.
hair like this.
You stay up here, Desiree. We also have what's called the Tiger Riders Frustration Award. Now, we've got these guys, these tough macho kind of guys, Steve Rollins and Robert Barnes and Billy Lias and Mark Smith and Alan DeBoer and Dave Austin and Charlie Potts and David Bersinger. Hey guys, keep busting your buns. Work on your interval trainings. Work on your upper body strength. Get away from the donut rides. And just possibly next year on the Grand Tour, you'll be able to draft off a Desiree. Desiree's an animal.
It's a woman thing, Charlie. Well, our photogs right here have been wonderful folks. And I think they found, I'm sure they have, that we're not quite as geeky as they thought. Well, what good folks they have been. And to you, I give you the phone number of my travel agent so you will never again make this dreadful mistake on such a trip as this, to endure a week with Foreman and the Formables.
So I want to get serious for just a moment. We've got some recognition awards here. One of these is called the Lost and Found Award. Can you believe anybody would be so stupid to lose a billfold while he's barrel assing down the highway? Then realize he's lost it and turn around and go back and just see somebody picking it up just as he arrives. But this award goes to Eddie Goldman for losing his billfold. Baja California Award. What in the world is an award like that? Well, Barbara Ross. She thought she'd pull a real smart thing. She took her water bottle and put it in the stream and started floating down the stream. And I said, well, why didn't you go get it? She said, I thought Sue Canali was going to swim after it. Sue's the president of this organization. She's got brains, you know. No way, the Baja California, it's gone. She lost it.
Well, some people really have no pride, no dignity. In fact, A few have marked their way across Colorado and Wyoming and had to fight those sheepdogs for the perfect spot. For this, we provide assistance, guidance, if you will. I would like Joe Turner to step forward. Mr. Turner, please step forward. We have a special award this evening for Joe Turner. This is a book, and this is a real book. Don't squat with your spurs on.
Award. Maurice and Kim. We came up with 56 names. We have suspended Colorado. And I heard Kim say, she did not hurt her, but she said, you know, he comes in, he is so tired at night time. To make him happy, we just turn the TV on in the bedroom. This award. We also have the Guinness Book of Record Award. Now, I get this award. I didn't want it, but back in Laramie, I was going to take 5 people in for Chinese food. We had 27 people in the back end of my truck. I couldn't believe it. But you know what was wonderful about it? I had the most sexy, beautiful, voluptuous. I think these women were all over me in the front cab while I was driving to and from. So that's the Guinness Book of Record. Who knows? 27. Maybe we'll try for more next year. Take on a more woman. I didn't do anything.
Were those
It was
sheep
okay.
Well, it has been reported that one stoker cleverly held back on that arduous trip over the snowy range. But the truth was revealed when one, Kay Watson, was seen two-stepping until all hours of the night while Rick slept on the pool table at the Rustic Inn. Kay, come on down. Where is she? Are you able to get up? Has it been a Maylocks moment? We give to Kay a little pair of cowboy earrings to wear at your next honky-tonk. As she left the dance floor, for all the shorts I've worn before, whose stitches made me mighty sore. Well, just a little bit of it.
I also have a couple of other awards, and I call this the Specky Stevie Award. Specky? You gotta be kidding. Yeah, Jim Speck. I mean, he's this guy, and Steve Rollins changed more flats than anybody, and then all of us put together here.
We got a question. I heard specky. What is a specky?
Would you explain about the specky going down the highway with the orange saddlebags?
You mean the penny paper award?
The penny Listen, I have another one. I have a bad guy award. I'm bad. While I was in my truck with those 27 people, it was all wet in the back end. It had been raining, it was misting. Everybody had eaten, and everybody was loaded up. And I said, okay, let's get in. And somebody says, hey, wait a minute. Alan DeVore's going to the Dairy Queen to get some ice cream. 26 people sitting out in the rain, in the cold, in the back of my truck, just so he could have his ice cream. Come on up here, Alan. This is my bad award.
Incidents like this, we simply will not tolerate. Again, a good award. An award for daring unequaled, strength unmatched. Fat Tire Bikes Up the Mountain. We have found a most interesting and unusual award for one, the Zoom Waltz. Believe it or not, this is Fat Tire Amber Ale. Produced in Fort Collins, Colorado. We present the Fat Tire. The toughest mountain biker of all, and where is that red-headed wonder? She's not even here. She's out biking more. Connie Hilliard will claim her Fat Tire Amber Ale someday if we don't drink it tonight.
I
The
have
third Fat Tire
Oh,
Award
you got three. Good.
I do.
Good woman.
I
Nothing
do.
way more a woman.
is for, and is she here? Would Sherry Lorman stand up? Well, Sherry Lorman said if she'd known it was going to be this easy, she would have brought her mountain bike.
We also have a tandem support award for the Grays, the Offs, the Langthorns, and the Watsons. We want to say thank you for pulling us up the hill, then barrel assing down the hill and forgetting us for the rest of the day. I also have the Oxymoron Award. It goes to this person from the individual state south of the border of Oklahoma. I was talking to him the other day. I was talking about Humble, Texas. He said, it's not humble, it's humble. I said, humble? He said, it's humble. I used to live in Texas also. He said, no, humble is not pronounced humble, it's pronounced humble. I said, I suppose you're from Houston then. One other one here. I got a 4-letter word award. A 4-letter word. I mean, this is dirty. Dirty. 4-letter word. I'll tell you what, Fred Camp, Dan Alman, Jim Richards, Art and Ingrid Matthews, they hate this word. Work. They can hardly wait to get back in their hammock next Monday while the rest of us are busting our butts going back to work. Fred said the other day, listen, I want you to get 2 jobs so that my Social Security check will be guaranteed.
Well, you know, these grand tours are a learning experience. Mature riders continually enlighten our younger riders about the world, but sometimes they do give the wrong information. I have proof positive here. I'd like Cindy McClintock to step forward, please. Miss Cindy McClintock, where is she?
Oh, here she is. Yeah.
There she is. Cindy, I just want you to tell Miss Rhonda Zenker that indeed jackalopes do come from jackalope eggs, and I haven't quite got them here. Milk wagon. Yes, I'm the great urinator. I have a special award for Rhonda Zenker, and this is a classic award. This is a new beer that is made in Foster's Country Store only. It's the only place you can find it. If you were in there, you'd know that. This is a new beer. It's called Ms. Bear Whiz. Yes, this is drip dry beer. You've got to sit down for this one. Brewed in Wyoming.
This is the Macho Tough Man Award. We had somebody that came all the way from Southeast Asia. Hadn't been riding a bike for 90 days. And so while he was working, living in this swanky 76-story complex, he ran the stairwell, 76 stairwells up and down to get ready for this award. And nothing other than Michael Offen. He deserves a big hand. Tiger of the Year Award. I mean to tell you, we got us a tiger in this group. I mean, he puts all of us to shame. He's only 13 years old. It's Levi Wade. Where is he? You have won the Roadkill Bingo Game of the Year. We want you to play this while you're waiting for your dad to get up.
Actually, I have a warrant for your arrest. I hope you can find good counsel here.
I don't know, so far I've not done too well.
Rebuttal, Mr. Sparks. Even Joe fans, we cannot forget you. I don't know if you know, but this woman, her first ride was the Redbud ride. This year, she did 30 miles, and she is now right here, having accomplished yesterday's entire route, and also having been a wonderful SAG, I believe, along with our other SAGs that we'll discuss in a moment. Well, John Sparks, he might be able to get you out of that one, but we'll think about it. But thanks to you and John Sparks for the SAG wagon and for hauling this MD's stuff up the road too. Well, John put up the money, but we put up the thought, and we would like to present you with a gold bicycle. It will look good in the Walden jail. John Sparks, could you stand up a moment? We have a pencil for you to write that letter of apology.
Bonnie Camp. She said the other day, she says, you know, these bicyclists are really funny people. She said they just hate worse than anything to have to stop and sag in to the final destination. She said, but you know, once they've just done it one time, it's easy the next time. Three awards. I won. Scott Gibbons, Joe DeMonico, and Bob Barnes to come up. Special recognition to these guys. This is for Scott Gibbons. Now this is kind of embarrassing. Look at this guy. He looks like he can play for the Green Bay Packers. He had to sag in the last mile to Saratoga. This is Rocky Mountain Seed, so that you can get those knees back in shape. He gets some Rocky Mountain Seeds. He had to sag in the last mile and a half up to Snowy Mountain. But he did okay. He got sick, but he's still with us. We're praying for him.
All right.
Bob, this guy, you talk about a wimp and a wuss. He's been doing these tiger rides for Desiree all week, and then yesterday just had to go 130 miles. He wimped out. Say, plant these and grow your own mountains and work on them.
Bev Austin, if you step forward just a moment. Bev Austin, you little chain ringer, you. What we have for you, these are one of the good old groups to take your road bike on so you can get a little exercise.
The other day, Dr. Nye and I were driving up the mountains. It was raining on us, beautiful. Raining on us, beautiful. Storm clouds gathering. And he says, Ron, isn't this wonderful, majestic, and heavenly? I said, Dr. Nye, what is your concept of heaven? And he thought for a moment, and he said, well, you know, he said, heaven to me would be on a bike in the highest mountain range in the world, with the streets paved to gold, and me blowing down the road, with tens of thousands of Vestal virgins at the waiting line at the end line, with insatiable sexual desires waiting for me. And then Jim Richardson said, would he have to wear a condom? And Tom Founder said, if he can't handle all of them, can I help? And then Rhonda, she said, oh God, I hope Charlie Potts is in that race.
Well, speaking of that type of depravity, Barbara Ross, can you step forward, please? Barbara Ross, yes, to the front. Barbara, we've already heard the tales that have happened. Happy to say, I chose this position, and loud, and off those nasty brutes. We've got a little super soaker for you there.
We were up in Saratoga. Any more woman, where else would she be but in some wild bar? She was in there, she met this tall, sexy Marlboro, Wyoming cowboy. And she got to talking. She heard this guy talk. He said, you know, 2 years ago, my wife got on a bike and ran away. I haven't seen her since. And she said, oh, here I am,
See, that's a lot better than he used to.
He said, I want to sing you a song. And he sang Amoral Woman, a beautiful song. And now it's going to become the OBS Grand Tour theme song. And you know what? Amoral Woman is going to sing it.
Roll 'em, roll 'em, roll 'em, boy, my body's swollen. Keep those bikes a-rollin' right. Don't mind if it's snowing, I can feel my colon. Can't wait till my shorts are high and dry. Move out, move out, move out, head 'em up. Thank you very much. Of the horrible incident, the incident at breakfast this morning. Oh, it was brutal, it was nasty. George. Yes, George, come on down. I need to speak with you a moment. Well, I've never been called a son of a bitch by a waitress. And when I didn't have anything to do with it. And this is true, I have witnesses, I had nothing to do with this. Here is George. George is sitting there, the quiet, shy, retiring type. He is battling this woman in arm wrestling match over the fruit plate. Back and forth, this is after she has thrown milk all over her soup and apple and won't clean it up. Well, George, as this lady told you, you can just go cook your own breakfast.
Well, I have a naughty girl. Naughty girl award. This was kind of difficult. Decided who was going to give it to me. But listen to this. This naughty girl says, how do women define a 50-50 relationship? We cook, they eat, we clean, they dirty, we iron, they rip, we organize, they mess. This is called a dumb men's joke book.
I wonder where he found that.
Why are men so concerned about the size of their penis? Because they should be. See no humor in this joke. How do you know when a man has an orgasm? He rolls over and starts snoring. Okay, why are men like microwave popcorn? They're done in 30 seconds. This is naughty.
That's right.
It is trash.
Isn't it wonderful?
This goes to the Naughty Girl Award. And I'm going to give it right back to a moral woman.
Like to present to Bonnie Camp. It is a card showing cowgirl assertiveness training in Colorado with a woman heading and hoofing a gentleman on the floor. Extremely sad day because we have had more than one Maylocks moment. In fact, we've had several. These are the ones I know of. Alan Turner, Gary Waite, and Dr. Gina Matthews. I present to them Maylocks. Physician, heal thyself.
I happen to have an Over the Hill Gang award. Two people won this award. It was close. Fred. No. Fred Camp and Dan Ullman. They're not over the hill. But this is one of these card games. It's over the hill when you start dressing for comfort. When you feel like the morning after, you can swear you haven't even been anywhere. This is for Dan and Fred. These over the hill. This will help you know when you're over the hill. You're not over the hill. And these guys are tigers. They're sweepers. Great. Read these and study, and you'll know when you're over the hill.
Only thing you have to do is move the hill out every 10 years.
We only have 2 or 3 more. But we do have, for everybody else that's left in here, okay? that didn't get an award or recognition. I have an award. It's called the Bag Bomb Award. For all the sore asses out here. Bag Bomb Award. Now, the free will, oh Specky, he says, Ron, you ought to try some of that stuff they rub on cows' tits for your ass. The Bag Bomb Award for the rest of you see, that are hiding it and embarrassed about it.
You know what Dr. Matthews asked? Did you get milk the next morning?
Okay, we got a serious award here. We got the BAM Award. The BAM Award. Thanks, Jim. The BAM Award. This guy, he's something else. That doesn't stand for Bad-Ass Marines, okay? It doesn't stand for Big-Ass Marines. It stands for Bonnie and Margaret. Where are you, Margaret? Over there. Oh, she's getting this on camera. Yeah, the BAM Award. See, we call these women the Magnificent Trio. Superlative mothers of SAG stations. Super women. And the only thing we can all say is thank God they don't ride bicycles or we'd all been in trouble this day.
To Bonnie and to all of you, I think this cookbook is very appropriate. It's bless your heart and spirit. This first to Bonnie for doing such a wonderful job and helping us so much this week. Okay, you did tell us the summit was... But that's okay. We forgive you and we love you. And a creme de Colorado cookbook and a card from all of us. And thank you. Yes, I have one more. This man is funny. He's good. And I have a little clown winner, a little clown pin for him that we'd like to tag on as Clown of the Week, Mr. Hitchcock. But let this be a warning to those of you who think you're so clever and think you're so discreet. You will be found out. After we conclude with Mr. Hitchcock's final words, we would like a round of the 1994 Grand Tour song. So hold on to your hats.
Hey, more woman, before you leave, I feel kind of bad that you're giving her that bad, dirty book back to her. It was hers.
I don't feel bad at all.
We have this for you, Amoral Woman. This is Road Trip 94 Boulder, Colorado. It was said that she was seen in and out of this wagon all the
You ready? Rollin', 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 boy, my body's rollin', 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 rollin'. Don't mind if it's snowin', I can feel my going. Can't wait till my shorts are high and dry. Get 'em up, movin' out, get 'em up, movin' out, get 'em up, movin' out, all right.
One other recognition. Who else would write in the Pathfinder about nubile, scantily dressed women, young ladies, in Prague, Oklahoma, so that the bicyclers can gawk at them? Who else would write about the land of the jackalope? A strange genetic cross between jackrabbits and antelopes, the fastest animals in the world. They mate only during lightning flashes.
Cindy knows that.
We were talking the other day about why bicyclists always have sexual fantasies. Then this guy over here told us a joke about the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist had this couple in. They were doing the Rorschach test. He flashed the card in front of them and said, what do you see here in this card? He said, well, I see a man and a woman making love in a bathtub. All right. Flashed the second card and says, what do you see here? Well, I see a man and a woman making love on a mountaintop. Psychiatrist, he flashed a third card, said, what do you see here in this? He says, well, I see a man and a woman, they're on a roller coaster. The psychiatrist said, man, you certainly seem to have a lot of sex on your mind. The guy said, what do you mean? I'm not the one with the dirty pictures. This guy has more one-liners, can tell more jokes than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, he'll sit and you'll be spellbound. And the sad thing is, next day you can't remember any of it. But Jim is an inimitable person, one of a kind. The truth is, I really don't have the adjectives or the superlatives to heap upon this wonderful person for giving us this wonderful experience this week in the OBS Grand Tour. Where's Art Matthews?
Right here.
Art?
I'm not going to try to follow with levity, not what's gone before, but Jim, we'd like you to accept this as our thanks for a job, an excellent job, probably the grandest of the Grand Tour from all of us.
Well,
Thank you very much.
So much.
The rest of the group is getting a bit grumpy, Jim. That's 4 bike trails closed so far today. Another one, trail closing. Jim Sag Service.
Thank you so much. All I can say is I grew up on a farm and we had a manure spreader. And you learn not to try to follow too close behind certain things. I do have one other surprise for you. No, it's not.
Not Jackalope?
Or scotch.
It's Jimmy Hoffa's umbrella.
I would like to thank a very talented lady, Carla Wall. She and I collaborated on this to some extent. I furnished the enthusiasm, she furnished the idea. And somebody says, no Grand Tour is complete without a t-shirt. So we have our Grand Tour t-shirts designed by Carla. If you'll come up and pick your size. And on the way by, you can go by the drink table again. Thank you.